It's Thursday. Oh, wow. Maybe that's for me. Wow. Hello. Hello again. Oh, another hello. Ooh. That's all for me? That is amazing. Hey, Matthias.
You're already here?
Yeah, I'm... Well,
What are you doing with that?
having a look at pretty amazing stuff.
Where did you find that?
Well, there was a little box, and I thought it was on the left side. It was for me.
You do realize it's my office. If there's a box on the table, it's not necessarily for you.
You then put it on the right side, not on the left side. You put it on the left side, which is my area.
I see. Completely my fault. I'm very sorry. Nevertheless, this is not meant for you.
Okay, but maybe you can... Anyways, tell me something about it.
I will.
I think I know what it is, but...
I will. But first of all, hi and welcome back to another episode of reviewing your underwater films. It's not an equipment-based episode this Thursday, but
it's a curious Sebastian.
unplanned things happen, as you can see. Well, this is, my dear friend, Diefog's brand new Platinum housing. Yes, it says Platinum. It's the Diefog C-Touch 4 Max Platinum version. It's a little thicker than the original version and is therefore meant to be used with phones that have a slightly thicker camera module on them. Like, for example, the Samsung S24 Ultra, which comfortably fits in here and doesn't really fit too well, I think, into the old housing. And this is like a prototype that I was sent to test. So if you break it, I will get in trouble. So please don't. And for everyone else out there, as soon as I have tested this, there is going to be a review about it on this channel, obviously. And it's going to be linked down in this video description as well as soon as the review is up. As you can see, there's been some other pieces of equipment that I was sent, which also I will test and review here on the channel. No, not in your bag. No, not in your bag. This goes on my side.
All right. I put these stuff here out of the way.
All right, but...
well, unfortunately, we're not here for... any surprise gifts for me?
We're not. Nevertheless, we want to say thank you to Diefog, the sponsor of today's video and the series here. They have always been a great supporter of our work, and they've been supplying us with all their amazing products for a while now, giving us the chance to test it out and to review it for you guys here on the channel, besides the reviewing your underwater films episodes that we do here. As always, you can get a 6% discount if you want to get yourself some amazing Diefog gear by using the link down in the video description below, or using the code Matthias Lebo up and checkout on their website.
Sorry about laughing, but I was in my head. It was like, if the stuff is on the table, you know, this TV where it's not called shows, like teleshopping.
Teleshopping, yeah.
It's like, okay, and today we should do a live stream. Today you can have this lovely box with this lovely light in it for only... and then people can call it. Yeah, whatever.
And who are they going to call? You?
I don't know.
If you want to have this light in this lovely box, call Sebastian. Yes, I know what you mean, but...
well...
I'm just not good enough looking to do a teleshopping...
Well, it's all about talking, so...
Oh, yeah, then I can do it.
You see?
Right, okay. Moving along. What are we doing today?
Well, we're watching another video, another submission to the channel.
Awesome.
And this time it's from Craig and Jane Brown. And they sent us in a video which was made with a Diefog C-Touch Max. Pretty cool.
What a coincidence.
And then as well with some GoPro 10 footage in it.
Okay.
And they were on a trip to the Maldives. And they were telling us they were just, putting a little trip video of their dive trips together, and just a memory and having something for the past to remember.
Cool.
So
Shall we watch
let's
it?
have a look. Yeah.
Let's have a
Wow. Yeah.
Let's
That's
have a
what
look.
you're for, right?
That's right. Oh, I see Manta Manta. It's pretty.
Let me down easy, for your love for me is gone. Let me down easy, since you feel to stay here alone. I know it's all over, but the last goodbye. Let me down easy. Let me down easy. Let me down easy. Let me down easy. Let me down easy.
Haven't heard that in a while.
True.
When you pass by me, say hello once in a while. When you pass by me, baby, doesn't it hurt so much to smile? We promised that we'd still be friends till the very end. Begging you, baby, let me down easy. Let me down easy, for your love for me is gone. Let me down easy, since you feel to stay here alone. I know it's all over, but the last goodbye. Let me down easy. Let me down easy. Let me down easy. Let me down easy.
Hello, little fella.
There we go.
All right. See you next time.
Bye.
I like that.
Me too.
Nice. Brilliant.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Craig and Jane, for this submission. I liked it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Fun.
I want to go dancing now. Very powerful, enthusiastic, good mood music. I'm not always a fan of that type of music in underwater films, but I think it worked well on this specific instance. Yeah, I think it worked quite well. I did really, as I said, enjoy that powerful music, that powerful rhythm to the film itself. I like that you had a bit of a story in there too. I mean, you got to be honest, it's not the most elaborate story, but you had a beginning, you had a main part, and you had a very cool ending with that little hermit crab walking away. I really enjoyed that. I find it cool that you had divers interact with the camera. That's something that a lot of people forget, and it makes it more personal, especially as a trip video. Yeah. And well, what do you think about the shots?
Yeah, the footage is very stable. I mean, there are a few occasions where I thought, okay, maybe a little post-stabilization could have done a little more, but in general, they're very stable. Pretty cool.
Yeah, see it the same way.
So I don't know. He wasn't writing which phone he was using.
It looked
inside.
a lot like an iPhone.
Yeah, it looked like
especially
an iPhone.
the first couple shots in the shallows. That looked a lot like an iPhone.
Yeah. And the turtle at the end as well, like shallow and look, could be an iPhone, but maybe we're wrong.
Let us know. You know where to put your comments.
Well, so let's talk about colors and stuff.
Let's do.
White balance, red filter, problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, we had I had a suspicion. Thank you.
Welcome.
Well, you know, English is not my first language. I had a suspicion very early on that you weren't using a red filter, and then when we saw you probably taken with the GoPro, and we saw you, Craig, with the diaphragm housing, it was confirmed that you weren't using a red filter or a wide-angle conversion lens, and I think that especially a red filter is something that is going to help you improve your footage dramatically, especially those clips further down in the deeper section. The shallow clips are nice, they're fine, as long as you get plenty of sunlight, it's all good, but as soon as you go deeper down, you really want to have that red filter to give you more contrast, more saturation, and a nicer color balance of your image. So I would highly recommend to look into getting a red filter if you haven't yet. And I think that's going to make a big difference, because on most of the deep water shots, there was not enough contrast, not enough saturation, and above all, not enough red color in there. Do you see it different?
No, I totally agree. You will not get the best footage ever with the red filter on 30 meters, but definitely better footage, not a blue and blue. You get a little bit, definitely more contrast, and the little bit more red color helps to get a more true to life picture.
And especially since you're not using any video lights, and for whatever reason that might be, I mean, some people don't like it because it makes it more complicated, bigger, larger, more expensive, whatever it is, that's perfectly fine. But I think a very good compromise, if you don't want to use any lights, is to use a red filter instead. And that's just, as I said, I think it's just going to make a big difference in terms of the quality of your shots, especially in the deeper sections. The shallow sections are fine, but the deeper sections, you really do want to have such a red filter on.
Yeah, sorry.
No, go on.
Yeah, I think, and the red filter is not because you mentioned that the light's getting a bigger rig. It's not making your rig, very much bigger. It's very flat in front of the lens. It's just a little holder, and that's it. I mean, I can understand if you don't want to use a wide-angle conversion lens or lights, but the red filter is. I mean, it's just nothing.
Simple. It's simple. It really doesn't add any weight. It's I would highly recommend to look into that, into a red filter for your future underwater filming adventures. Talking about accessories, I think that a wide-angle conversion lens would also be a good idea.
He's selling the whole program.
Well, no, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just trying to give you the easiest way how you can improve footage.
Yeah.
On some of your clips, I think it was visible clearly to me that you had some corner softness, distortion in the corners, and that is usually when you switch to your ultra wide lens on your smartphone, whether that is an iPhone or any other branded phone. Behind a flat port that normally gives you distortion, corner softness, and it can be not avoided, but helped and minimized to a certain degree by using a wide angle conversion lens. And you can stack them. You can use the rep filter below and then the wide angle conversion lens on top of that, and you'll get like less corner softness and distortion and nicer colors at the same time. So that works usually works quite well, and that's the second thing that I would recommend. So it may sound like I'm trying to sell stuff, but it's really
you don't. No, it's true. I totally agree.
It's what I use actually on most of the scenarios when I use my iPhone underwater. I always actually have a red filter on, unless I'm shooting macro where my light is illuminating the entire frame, and there's no need for a red filter. But other than that, I always have a red filter on.
Yeah, and honestly speaking, it's not a big investment in terms of money and in terms of you getting a bigger equipment.
Yeah.
It's reasonable for what you get out of it.
I agree.
Of the red filter, and you will enjoy your footage even more after that.
Yeah, I agree.
Talking about equipment, I saw something. Maybe you did too. Oh, you definitely did too, because you pointed it out to me.
Oh, yes. I was somewhere else. Yes, I did. Yeah, and we haven't had that in a while here on the channel. Yeah.
But it happens with a smartphone, or in that case an iPhone. We know it ourselves, like with the lens, it carries a little bit dust into the housing, and then after a while it could happen that it is on it. You can just easily avoid it, but just cleaning it before you put it in. Just make sure there's no dust around the lens, and especially on the lens or lenses. Lenses. Yeah, because I mean, it's a pity if you want to spot ruin your footage.
I'm not actually entirely sure whether that is a spot on the lens or maybe even on the glass. On the port, the flat port. Could also be that there's like a little bubble or something got stuck onto the glass.
Yeah, okay.
Easy way to make sure that doesn't happen is to just, look at your glass port every now and then and make sure that there is no bubbles or anything stuck to it. Because it was with the mounted shot, which is quite unfortunate. And you can see it quite clearly sort of in this upper left corner, I think it was, of the image. Yeah. What else?
I have one minor improvement, or just a suggestion. If you're doing like these trip videos for yourself, for your friends, family, whatever, you can even take, as Matthias said, take the iPhone out and do some B-roll shots, like your partner getting ready, you're putting the tanks on, you're putting your gear on, I don't know, at the beach, whatever it is, just to tell the story a little more, improve the storytelling by including a little more
topside shots
of the area.
Also, something that I would like to pass on there, Craig, is the sequencing, because there is quite a big difference in how your footage looks. The footage that was taken in the shallow part compared to the footage that was taken in the deeper section. I would really try to not mix them too much. And it happened a few times that you were going from shallow to deep and back to shallow, back to deep. And I would try to, go into the underwater section by going, as you did, with shallow footage. Then when you go down to the deeper section, stay down there. And then at the end, come up. Like if you did with the turtle, you went back up into shallow, but in between you had a few changes from shallow to deep sections. And I would try to avoid that because the change in the appearance of the footage is just so dramatic, and it's probably not even possible to match that footage. And unless you're doing something where you want to specifically show that you're like one dive side, you come up, second dive side, you come up, or different dive sides, unless you want to have something like that included in your story and in your film, then I would try to, shallow, deep, like a dive profile. Think of it like that. Shallow, deep, stay down there, come up for your safety stop and to the surface.
Oh. That's gonna be problematic for me.
Why?
My dive profile looks like that.
Oh my God, I'm looking forward to next week.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah. I have one more thing.
Please.
It's more like if you're having like just mediocre shots where I don't know, white balance is completely off or they're too dark, you feel like does it really fit? I just would leave them out. I think I have one shot now specifically in mind is when you see a diver facing the camera and he's totally in blue and pretty dark on his wetsuit. I'm not sure if you can rescue that shot. Otherwise, I just would leave him out. It doesn't do any good. It would be better just to leave it out.
Unless the diver's doing something very funny.
Which we didn't see because it was too dark. But I agree. If it helps the story, leave it in.
Yeah. But yeah, Sebastian's right. There is probably a few shots that you could have left out. Also, if you think about the 5-minute maximum runtime that we have as a prerequisite to enter the video competition inside the Reviewing Your Underwater Films episode. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check the video down in the video description below, which explains the rules to that video competition. And you might be in to win a dive trip with the two of us, most likely to the Maldives in April 2025, taking part in one of our underwater videography workshops. That's the grand prize of this competition. And then obviously Divefork, as our sponsor, is sponsoring some of their gear as runners-up prizes for that competition. Now, unfortunately, Craig and Jane, your video is a little too long. I think we had something like 6 minutes. 6 minutes 05. That's a little too long, over the 5-minute threshold. Feel free to re-edit your video and resubmit it, and then we'll take the shorter version that fits the 5 minutes and use that for the competition. And you're still eligible to take part in that competition if you want. For everyone else, we will, as always, link Craig and Jane's video down in the video description below. Also, their YouTube channel. You can go and check out the other content they've got on there. And if you have a film you want us to review and take part in the competition, then send it to
contact@matthiaslebo.com with a link to your video in the email and a little description of the equipment you used, the dive side, anything special and important for the audience. And then we will be happy to review it here on the channel.
Very happy. And see, this way it works better because this is how the team works. Right?
I know.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty much it from us for today. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if it was useful, you got something out of it, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe for more underwater-related video content here on the channel. And the two of us are going to be finishing our packing because tomorrow,
yeah.
It is tomorrow. We're flying to Denpasar. Don't worry, we've got some episodes pre-recorded for you, so you won't have to miss out on any episodes for the next 2 weeks. But the two of us will be in Bali, in Komodo, doing what we love.
Diving and filming.
And we'll have some stories to tell once we get back from that amazing trip. If you're with us on that trip, see you very soon. If you're not, maybe on the next one. Take care. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.